loosening and dynamic stretches. So we will be on the floor for this. We're going to start in a 4-point position. So your hands and your knees. Okay, everyone, so down to the floor. Let me just adjust my monitor here. Okay, all right, so we're going to start with our, perfect right there. Okay, we'll begin with our thoracic rotations. So just as a refresher, as a reminder, this is a 4-point position, hands and knees. Your hands should be kind of directly underneath your shoulders, so not too wide. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with your right hand by your ear, like your elbow here. Bring the elbow down across the body and then rotate. Okay, don't go too far. You should feel some stiffness here. So that's about as far as you can go. Don't force it. Okay, here we go. Let's do a few. Slow and controlled. Just the mobility here. Especially if you've been sitting down all day. It's important to do these before you do any other movements. Your back will thank you. Switch sides. Left hand by the ear here and down. Okay, perfect. Staying in this position, or to make it more difficult, we're going to attempt those scapular push-ups again. And I really stress these ones. Very important for stabilizing the shoulders for when you're doing any exercises, and can actually help your posture as well. So you can either do it from your knees, so just like you would do a push-up. So you can do it from your knees, and you're just going like this, not a full push-up. You're just squeezing your shoulder blades together and then separating them here, and then that. If you want to make it more difficult, you can obviously go into the full push-up position and try it like that. Minimal movement, just the shoulder blades squeezing together. One more. And done. Good. So you should almost feel that little shakiness going on, which is great because there's such small little movements. It's not a full range of motion push-up. It's really just to kind of help stabilize the shoulder. Okay. Next, we'll go into our bird dogs. So staying in this position. So you guys know this one. A little coordination and balance here, core stabilization. Right arm is extended and the opposite leg, so your left leg. Just for better view, is here, meet in the middle, and extend out. You always want to hold that extension for a couple seconds. So you go hold 1, 2, and then in, hold, in. Switch sides. Left arm is forward, right leg extended, meet in the middle, elbow to knee, and hold for 2 seconds. Again. Okay, good. Last one is our glute bridge, and we do the single leg bridge. So everyone on their back. Planting the feet in the ground, hands down at the sides, lift the butt off the ground, not too high, about a fist's length. Squeeze your glutes. Let's start on the left side. So your left leg is going to be lifted. All the weight on your right hand, on your right side. And now hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then down. And then up again, hold, squeeze. 3, 2, one. Let's keep doing those. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Couple more, 5 seconds each. Last one. Okay, switch sides, left foot planted, right leg up, ready and lift. 3, 2, 1, and down. Squeeze those glutes, keep the hips level. 3, 2, and down. 2 more, up. Okay, last one, up, squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now stay there. Pull the knees into the chest. Just pull them in. Hold it there for a couple seconds. Okay, and then we're going to sit up. Okay, good. So there's our little warm-up, a little dynamic stretch. Activate the muscles a little bit. Work on the stabilizers of the shoulders. Obviously activate the glutes and the core, and that's what it's all about. Always important to do those before you do your complex movements involving balance. It'll help with stability. Okay, so I guess we should probably stand up now and start some movements. So everyone's standing up. Quick little water if you need to before we begin. Okay. So we've done this one a few times now. Really important for utilizing the balance, coordination, core strength, stability, pretty much everything. So this is the single leg deadlift, but it's incorporating a couple other movements. So we're going to be incorporating a one-armed row and a clean, or basically you are shoulder pressing over your head. So you're doing 4 or 5 different exercises in one, basically. So that's where the multitasking comes in with the functional movement training. You will need one weight, so a dumbbell, kettlebell, anything you have on hand, and you want to begin on one side. So let's say we will start with our right foot is planted. So here's what it'll look like, everybody. We'll do 10 each side. Okay. So here's the pattern. So your left leg is lifted, right foot is planted, the weight is in your right hand, and you're going to go down, kick the left leg out behind you. You're going to perform 1 row, okay? And then before you come up, you're going to go up and you're going to press over your head. And I know the video camera is cutting me off, but basically you're here, down, the row, and then up and press. Okay, now I always recommend using a surface like a furniture or a wall for your balance, because just in case you feel like you're going to fall, it's there for support. Okay, so let's begin. Here we go. And ready. One. 2. 4. Halfway there on this side. Here we go. 1 more. Here we go. Ready? And press. Good. Okay. So you should feel that burning on the right side of the body there. And there should always be that little shakiness, because that's the balance, and that's important. You should feel that. Even if you have excellent balance, you should still feel that uneven kind of break of your center of gravity. Okay, so other side, left hand, left leg. Okay, here we go. Right leg is lifted. extend back behind you, row. On the way up, press over your head. Slow and controlled. Quality over quantity. Just a couple more here. Last one after this. And finish. Good. Okay. Excellent. Okay, set that weight down. Give yourself a minute. Those ones are always good. Never get old. Doesn't matter how much of an athlete anybody is, those ones are always challenging. So really, if you wanted to make it more challenging, a heavier weight obviously is really going to throw you off balance. And then just the surface. So obviously, if you have the opportunity, you can always use different kind of surfaces. They have balance boards, things like this, but even doing it on the floor is plenty challenging. Okay, perfect. So next one, sticking with the lower body base, but total body movements, is our reverse lunge wood chop. So what we're going to do is you can use the same weight that you were just using. And if you recall, you're in a lunge position. So to start, what you're going to do is you're going to big step behind you, pull the weight to the side of your body, okay? And then on the way up, you're going to rotate. So you're using your trunk rotation, not all shoulders. So it's not here. That's just used for the follow through and to support the weight. But all of that force is going to be produced at the hip and the trunk, the core, in this area. So you're going to pull it down, and then you're going to stand up and rotate, okay? And again, from this angle, down, rotate, okay? All right, let's do, we'll do 10 each side, okay? So let's start with the right foot in front. So the left foot is going to be stepping behind you, and you're going to turn to the right. So here's what it looks like. Here we go, ready? Always slower on the way down and quicker on the way up. So slow and controlled, and then a little faster, more powerful on the way up. Two more. Perfect. Okay. Just relax for a second. Good. All right. Hopefully you're getting used to those movements, and it kind of flows more naturally when you get used to it. Okay, so other side. So we're going to turn, just so you can see. Left foot in front. The weight will be coming to the left side of the body. And then again, rotating with the trunk, the core, on the way up for 10. Everybody's up. Ready? And go. Two more. And done. Great. Set that weight down. 30-second water break. Take a breather. Good. Just another 15 seconds here. So yeah, hopefully you're feeling a little more confident when you're doing those movements. because the balance is just so important and it gets overlooked. So there's typical exercises where you're just kind of going up and down, which are great for muscular endurance, for strength. But when you're on both feet planted and you're just moving in one plane of movement, one direction, your body isn't being as challenged as it should be to utilize all these movements, which is why we call it functional and practical training, because in everyday life, you're moving in different directions. You're on one leg, walking up and down stairs, holding a child, or anything, helping to just make you more fit and prevent injuries. Okay, so keep practicing, but I'm sure you guys are doing great. So the next one is now more upper body. A lot of people hate these ones, but we got to include them for that upper body strength. And it's our Spider-Man steps or Spider-Man walks. And basically you're in that push-up position, right? So you're here, and then on your toes, and then you're taking that big step towards, basically you're trying to bring your foot to your hand. So there's two limiting factors here. The first one is obviously range of motion and flexibility. So even if you're a really, really strong upper body, you might not have the flexibility to pull that foot way up here without dropping the back leg. And that just goes to show you how much we need to improve that. The second limiting factor is the obvious one, which is the strength of the core and the upper body to actually stabilize and hold your upper body while you pull that leg up, which is challenging. So the hope is basically that you can get to doing it on the floor, but you still have the option to doing it on a raised surface. So if I have my couch here, you can do it here. It's a little easier. And you can just bring the elbow to the knee and back there, or the knee to the elbow, and you can do that. Okay, so that's still your option. And we obviously want you to progress to the floor, to the more challenging version. Okay, but the choice is yours. Okay, let's do, so 10. So it's all together, 5 each side. Here we go. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, and everybody's up. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep going, 9, last one, but don't drop, hold it right here. 3, 2, 1, and down, good. Okay, good job. Okay, just another 30-second break. Perfect, we're right on schedule. Quick little water if you need to, and then we will be standing again, and you'll need some space for this next one. Okay, so you need as much space as possible for this one. So these are our skater strides. Again, hopefully you have the space. I'm pretty good, but I have long legs and I would need a bit more space. But for the effect of our workout, you can still make it in a small space. So the skater strides, if you can recall, are basically, it's the unilateral movement. So you're doing it on one side of the body, okay? Which really helps with balance, obviously, but lots of power and strength. So it's not just like hopping back and forth, right? So just remember, it's not just this, okay? Because there's not much challenge there. The challenge is the balance component where you have to hold it for like 3 seconds. So if you, instead of doing that, you do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a lot harder. So it's that small little difference. So when you're doing this, try not to think of it as this easy hopping back and forth. It's that slow and controlled landing that's the hard part. Okay, so again, if you have a wall or furniture, just for support, by all means, you can use that. So we are going to do, you know what, let's spice it up. Let's do 20, okay? And you wanna hold it for 2 to 3 seconds when you land. Okay, everybody's up. Okay, so 2 to 3 second landing. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3. I'm using the floor. It can kind of help you just to kind of light little tap. That's it. Two, 3. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Just a couple more here. Last one. And done. Hold, 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 and finish. Good. So obviously a lot harder to balance when you have to land and hold it and hold it. Okay, that's the whole idea. It's so much harder than just doing it quickly. Okay, all right. Next one, I love these ones. On your back, or on your butt rather. So this is our crab walk with the toe touches. So if you can recall, hands planted, feet planted, lift the body up, and then opposites, so right foot to left hand. So it's 1, 2, and then you walk back, and then again, 1, 2, okay? So make sure you have enough space behind you and to the sides. I don't have a lot, but I can make it work. So we're gonna do 4 by 4. So basically 2 each way, so that's 4. We're gonna do 4 of those, okay? I'll let you know when. So make sure you have room. Let's get beginning here. Okay, so ready, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and touch it. So 1, 2. Never drop your body to the floor. Now step back. 1, 2. That was our first one. Here we go. Return, return. 1, 2. 1, 2. Total body. Legs, arms, everything. 1, 2. Return. Last one, last one. Don't drop, don't drop. Finish it over here. And done. Woo. Okay. Good coordination. Obviously the shoulders burn a bit when you do that. Heart rate gets up. Everything's working when you do this one. Okay. Yeah, 30-second water. And then we'll head to the floor. You're gonna need one weight. Same weight you were using before or a different weight. I'm just using a heavier one for this. But it's your choice. Ugh. Hopefully everyone's getting ready in the next few days for reading week, and you can kind of relax a bit, give your mind a little break, just kind of, you know, go at a different pace, which is always nice, obviously, even though we can't go anywhere, unfortunately. I'd like to see some palm trees, hopefully one day. All right, so Russian twists. So you all know this one. It's an ab exercise to finish off here. Your legs are bent. You lift the feet off the ground, and you want minimal movement from the legs, no rocking back and forth, and you're just rotating each side without dropping the feet to the floor, okay? So what we'll do is we'll do 10 and then we drop the feet, and we'll do like a 3-second break, and then lift them up again and do another 10, okay? Obviously, if you want to make this more difficult, use a weight. It's not about speed on this one at all, okay? Here we go. Ready. And lift your feet and begin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest. And yes, it is 1 is there and back, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, ready. And lift again. Ready. Another 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Push, push, push. 9, 10, and done. Okay, good. It's a little tougher when you have added weight. Okay, push that weight out of the way. And let's do some stretches. Beautiful. Okay, hip flexor stretch. All right, we've done this every time now, but it's so crucial. 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Opposite arm, so if it's your right leg, left arm, and then rotate this way. Remember, you want to feel the stretch in the front of the hip here, okay, but on the opposite side. Okay, now pull back a bit, and then even deeper, so lift the foot, increase the angle, and lean into it carefully. You should feel it more. Shouldn't be painful though. Bring it back and release. Relax for a sec. Okay, other side. Okay, opposite arm and turn. Back to the middle. Step forward and lean into it more. And back. Relax. Sit on the heels into our child's pose stretch. So sitting, reach forward and crunch yourself down. Okay, and lean back. 2 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Down one more time. And back. Final 2 breaths. All done. Okay, everyone. Thanks for coming in today and joining this little functional training workout. I hope you guys all have a great reading week. Thanks for coming in, everyone. Have a good rest of the day, rest of the week, and be well. Thanks for coming.